When she said those words, I felt the ground slip beneath my feet. We were sitting in the living room, and out of nowhere, my wife sighed and muttered, "Sometimes I think I should have married my ex instead." She said it casually as though it was a harmless thought, but to me it was a dagger straight to the heart. I didn't argue, didn't shout, didn't even ask her why. I simply stood up, picked up my keys, and walked out without a sound. The silence I left behind spoke louder than any words. She must have thought I was sulking or overreacting, but in truth, I was already broken. That single sentence told me everything I needed to know about how she truly saw our marriage. I didn't go far that night. I just drove around, my mind racing. I thought about every sacrifice, every late night I spent working to give her the life she wanted, every promise I kept while she dreamed about someone else. I didn't come back home immediately. Instead, I decided to stay at a hotel for a while. I wanted her to feel the absence, to sit in the silence she had created with her words. I didn't text or call. I just disappeared. By the second day, she started calling me frantically, leaving messages asking where I was, apologizing, begging me to come home. I ignored them all. What she didn't know was that I had already started preparing my way out long before that comment. Somewhere deep down, I had sensed her lack of appreciation, the little hints of discontent in her tone. I had saved up money quietly, kept a separate account, and prepared documents that would make leaving easier if it ever came to that. Her words that night gave me the final push I needed. By the third day, she was at her breaking point. Me long paragraphs admitting she hadn't meant what she said. She claimed she was just frustrated that she had been comparing her life to others on social media, that she wasn't serious. But I knew the truth. When someone speaks their deepest thoughts, in a moment of comfort, it's often what they truly feel. Meanwhile, I had already moved my belongings out of the house into a new apartment I had been secretly renting for months. I had a gut feeling she might betray me one day, so I had prepared for that possibility. When she went looking for me at my workplace, she found out from a colleague that I had taken a leave of absence. She must have realized then that I was serious about leaving. She came to the hotel where she suspected I was staying, but by then I was gone. I had left no trace behind, no clue of my new address. She cried to my family, to her friends, trying to paint me as the bad guy who had abandoned her. They asked her why she had to admit what she said to me. That's when they stopped taking her side. Then the real blow hit her. She discovered that all the finances she had taken for granted were under my control, the house she thought she owned. With me was in my name alone. The car she drove every day was leased under my account. The credit cards she used freely were tied to my bank. Piece by piece, she realized she had nothing without me. Stayed away for a week, and during that time she sent message after message, each more desperate than the last. First she was defensive, saying I was childish for leaving over just a comment. Then she became apologetic, telling me she didn't mean it, that she loved me and only me. Finally she turned into pure desperation, saying she couldn't survive without me. But I remembered every lonely night when I wondered if I was enough. Every time she dismissed my efforts, every sigh of boredom she gave when I tried to make her happy. I remembered her exact words. I should have married my ex. It wasn't just a slip of the tongue. It was her truth. That when someone reveals their truth, there's no going back. On the 9th day, she finally found me. She came to my new apartment, tears in her eyes, looking disheveled and broken. She tried to hug me, but I stepped back. She begged me to come home, promising she would never say something like that again. But her promises meant nothing now. Once trust is broken, no amount of words can repair it. I told her I wasn't coming back. I told her I had already started the divorce process and that she should prepare herself. Her face went pale, and she collapsed onto the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. She said she never thought I would actually leave, that she thought I would argue and forgive her like always. But this time, silence had spoken louder than forgiveness. And that's when she found out everything. The savings account, the hidden apartment, the fact that I had prepared for this long before she even said those words. She realized she had underestimated me, thinking I would always stay no matter what. But now she was alone with a ghost of her own choices.